Who doesn't love some magic?
Introducing my Magic Pancakes.
This is a protein shake on a fork. Look at that sexy pour.
Phenomenal. Don't yell at me like Gordon Ramsay.
This is so beautiful. It smells so good.
Plus,
The secret to unlocking glowing skin in as little as 8 days.
that's next.
Let's dish. The kitchen has always been the center of my world because life is more delicious when it's full of food and fun.
Everybody knows me as a culinary expert and food judge on television, but also I'm a mom trying to get dinner on the table.
From Hollywood to home, I bring Southern sweet and Caribbean heat, and I'm not afraid to stir the pot.
Good food, good friends, good dish. Oh, it's the pancake day. Don't care. Oh, then the twist, doing the twirl. I guess we're coming back for these. How sad to put them down. Welcome to the good dish.
Now, who doesn't love some magic?
We are kicking things off today with my magic pancakes, and they are magical because they are gluten-free, they are protein-packed, they have no refined sugar, and they are still totally luxurious, delicious, decadent. Your kids will even love them. And I love them so much that I made them the very first recipe in my brand new cookbook, Eat Your Heart Out, which is available for pre-order now.
Oh, I love that cover.
Thanks,
Okay,
thank you.
only you make pasta look cute. I could never do that picture. Been all over the place.
could.
This is cookbook number what for you?
4, I think.
4?
technically.
Wow. That's pretty inspiring, if you will. Now, but I gotta ask, like, what makes this one different, or what are you most excited about with this particular cookbook?
You know, every book that I've ever written, I wrote out of a personal need. I wrote Dorm Room Diet when I was looking to lose weight in college and felt like the situation there didn't set that up for me, but I still wanted to enjoy my life there. I wrote the same for Relish and for The Happy Cook, and Eat Your Heart Out was really sort of born of a need that I felt when I was having kids, wanting to reset healthy habits, wanting to feel like I could lose weight and feel great in my skin and never give up my love of food. I was so sick of feeling like when I wanted to be healthy, when I wanted to eat clean, something told me I had to suffer. Like I had to be deprived of good taste and good food and the way I wanted to eat. And I refuse that, I reject that. I truly believe that taking good care of yourself should always be delicious. There is no reason that doing something to make you feel good, to make you feel strong in your skin shouldn't be as celebratory and fun as when you're indulging. Because we want to do both.
It's antithetical. I like that.
Yes, and this, and
love that.
And Eat Your Heart Out is actually, it's my reset program. So it's what I use, like I said, after pregnancy, after too much celebrating, after too much stress, when I'm looking to just regain and renew those healthy habits again. Yes, fit better in my clothes and feel strong in my skin, and then do it in a way that I can still eat the things that I love. That really is fundamental to me. So this book details how I do it, which is when I'm doing this reset, it's 5 days on, and the plan is no gluten, no refined sugar, like I said, and limited dairy, but you'll see some coming through today. And then I get 2 days off the week, which is when I indulge and have fun and keep my brain screwed on straight, because you guys know I love to eat delicious food, and this really works. So let me show you how to make these pancakes, because I gotta tell you,
by the way.
they smell good, they taste good, and I think that, oh my gosh, look at that sexy pour. That is so there's no refined sugar in this recipe. You'll see that too. What's being poured on top in that mix is date syrup. It's made purely from dates, so a nice way to get that sweetness in without refining the sugar. I have a mashed banana here. I'm gonna go in with rolled oats and also oat flour, which is just those same gluten-free rolled oats, old-fashioned oats, pulverized up in a blender, but you can definitely buy that already made as well. And Jamaica, if you'll add some baking soda and some salt right into my dry mix here, please.
Got it.
Thank you. Now I have 4 eggs here, so a nice little bit of binder. It's, again, to fill you up and to hydrate this mix, along with 2 cups of, I have sheep's milk yogurt here. A little vanilla extract, and then this is the key to lacy and perfectly moist and just like a little bit buttery tasting pancakes. Some melted coconut oil. You gotta have a little fat right in the batter. So you see, like you're not skimping on any of the flavor. You're not skimping on that powerfully delicious experience of having pancakes for breakfast, but you're doing it with so many healthy ingredients.
Good looking batter.
Right? A little soft, fluffy batter. Okay. So now with my hot pan, I've got some coconut oil going in. And you want to be a little bit moderate with the amount that you need. I'm a big fan of using exactly what you need to get the results you're craving, but not going overboard when you're trying to live a little bit on the lighter side. So I have some coconut oil melting here in my hot skillet. I'm gonna take some ladlefuls of my batter and go right into my mix and into my pan. And I gotta tell you, you will see how, even as much protein, as much fiber as these magic pancakes have going on, they are gonna fluff up so nicely because of that baking soda we include in this batter. And also at home, you'll take a minute and you'll actually, you saw we whisked the eggs here, but you can actually build them up even more and really create some of that body for
more
the
height
pancakes.
and fluffiness to it. Okay.
So these are gonna go like 2 to 3 minutes on this side. You'll see, here's the tip that you're gonna wanna look for when you're flipping pancakes. You'll know they're ready to go because it will start, already you can see there's little bubbles coming to the surface on some of these thinner areas of the pancakes. Once there are bubbles all around the surface and they're starting to burst regularly, that's when you know the underside should be cooked beautifully, perfectly golden brown. You'll flip them over gently. Don't go in there flipping pancakes up high. You want to not squash the air out of them. We want light, perfectly fluffy pancakes. So gentle flip, another 2 to 3 minutes on that side. Gail pulled them out here. Here's how, when I'm following my program, I just put some nice fresh fruit on just to juice it up. I love blackberries and raspberries for my kids. Obviously, they like it with a little syrup. You could do maple syrup, or you could do this lovely drip of that sticky date syrup.
Yes, please.
It has a
Syrup.
wonderful, you can buy it ready-made. I have a recipe for it in the book as
little.
well. Woo! Yes, girl.
Hey,
Yeah,
okay.
hard to pour.
It's, if you warm it up, it pours a little more smoothly too. But again, just
Oh, I love
pureed
it.
dates, which is beautiful.
Such a good alternative.
Nice and malted.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh, please.
Okay, because
Try it now.
I don't have a poker face, and I will tell you the truth.
Yes, you will.
Because I was watching, I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. There's no butter here. There's no sugar. Are these pancakes really that good? Taste them, and I'm like, phenomenal. Here's why. I don't miss the sugar. The date syrup, I just had a touch of it, and it gave me everything that I needed. It still has the fluffiness, the slight sweetness in the banana. That's all I really needed. These are good pancakes. I'm not lying to you. I would tell you the truth, like, hope that book sells. No, seriously, these are really, really good pancakes. They are magical, because I was watching you like, I am not skeptic. But you got me.
You were, I'm so glad I could make you proud, and that you don't have to lie on television. But you're so right, because normally you tuck into pancakes, which we all want to do sometimes, and then you're exhausted an hour later, or hungry an hour later, or both. And the best thing is, actually, you can make a whole bunch of these on like a Sunday when you have some time and freeze them, and then just reheat them in the toaster.
Really
Well,
nice.
and also regular pancakes are kind of full of nothing.
No,
There's
just
not a
flour
lot of
and
nutrients.
yeah.
You might as well sort of eat cake. These pancakes have flavor.
Yes.
They're nutty. They're toasted. They've got that lovely hint of coconut oil. And I have to say the date, and look, I'm a maple syrup fanatic, as you know. I'm true to my Canadian brand. There are a few things that get me to not want to smother anything in maple syrup, but the date syrup is like a really beautiful alternative.
Come in close so you can see the delicious texture on these pancakes, which you're so right, are really just cakes in a pan, normally speaking, but in our business, this is a protein shake on a fork. This is a fiber, and the chew of the oatmeal that I love so much.
It's a nice bite in
Yes.
there, too. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wax poetic on these pancakes, guys. You can get the full recipe at gooddishtv.com. I am so happy you enjoy them. I hope you will enjoy them too. We will also have all the pre-order info on the site for Eat Your Heart Out. And if you buy the book early, guys, you're gonna get exclusive bonus recipes to your inbox today on top of the 150 that are coming your way in the book. So you can get cooking and having fun in the kitchen today.
Yes.
Doing something good for you. That's the
All
most
right.
important part.
Sign me up.
You are doing too much. All right, you've given us everything. Up next, stop throwing out that leftover cilantro. We've got an easy tip that will change the way you look at the herb forever. Plus, Daphne's giving us a sneak peek into the first episode of
Like something you saw on the show today? We're dishing all the details on the good list. All the recipes, important tips, and tricks, all in one place. So stay tuned until the end of the show when we'll share the good list QR code. You can scan to send it all right to your phone.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. Tonight, the new season of MasterChef Junior premieres on Fox, and I am so excited to be joining the cast as a judge. Check out this sneak peek.
I mean, what he didn't say
guys
of
should do that.
all your accomplishments,
Yes.
walking through a cloud of smoke.
I loved it.
Of all your accomplishments, you also were pregnant with your 4th child, Gigi.
Yes, you had the
during the
belly.
shooting.
So, if I felt like a hot, fired up croquette or, something, just Gordon just whipped me up a little something in the kitchen. It was so much fun. It was such high energy. You got just a tiny little snippet of the kids there, and these are some of the most talented, incredible, fun, passion for food at such a young age. Without any, no holds barred. This is just creativity unleashed, which is why I am so excited. 3 of the contestants from MasterChef Junior are joining us today. Please welcome Jillian, Leah, and Freddie.
Freddie, what's up?
You guys are in the hot seat today where you're most comfortable.
Come on
here
over, come on
around
over.
delicious food.
Oh, wow. Okay, you guys look like babies on that tape. Who are these children? I don't recognize you all. You're so grown up.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time since MasterChef Junior aired, since the pandemic, but I'm so excited for it to finally air. And
Did you keep it a secret this whole time?
Yeah, we had to.
That's a long
wild.
time. Yeah, I couldn't do that. All right. And it looked pretty exciting. You looked like you were having a lot of fun in the kitchen.
Yeah, it was. It was so amazing to be in front of Gordon Ramsay and Daphne Oz and Aaron.
We feel that way every day.
Yes, because Gordon Ramsay on other shows, he yells a lot. So let's be honest, who was the harsher judge, Gordon Ramsay or Daphne? Because Daphne can get intense about her food too. Who was harsher?
I feel like Gordon was definitely a little harsher, but he's not as mean as he's.
Well, it's so fun to see you guys growing up. Last time we saw each other, I was very pregnant. My baby is now 2.5, and I'm going to get to watch the show with her live. And I think I'm going to live tweet it or something and hear what her feedback is. Watching you guys cook your hearts out. You guys brought some game-changing kitchen tips for all of us and everyone watching at home. And trust me, you are each of you, amazing teachers, and honestly, just it's very inspiring. It makes it seem so effortless to get in the kitchen with you, which I'm grateful for. All right, who's showing us about cilantro? Who's Jillian?
I am,
Okay,
yes.
great, awesome. So you buy a whole bunch of cilantro and people pick off the leaves and use it for all kinds of things. What are we gonna do with the stems?
I think what people don't know is they can use the stems also for a marinade in some of your meats. So you can even use the roots as well instead of throwing it out. So what I like to do, I make dumplings, and so what I like to do is I like to add some cilantro stems along with other herbs and spices in order to make a great marinade for our meat.
Delicious.
Show us.
Okay.
That's
Well, what's the big recipe we're making?
So we're making pork dumplings today.
Oh, yum. Okay, fabulous.
It's a really easy and really simple recipe, so I'm really excited to show you guys.
Okay, exciting. Thank you.
Okay.
Pay close
So
attention.
first, to our mortar and pestle, we're going to add some cilantro, and I have about 3 teaspoons here, but you can add more because you can never have too much cilantro.
So these are just the stems?
Yeah, these are
you
just the stems.
Use the leaves as the garnish?
Yes.
But use the stems in the mortar and pestle. Okay,
So we're just going to add the stems in,
Beautiful.
and then
I like how precise you are. Approximately 2 teaspoons of chopped stems. There's no time clock running right now. That was stressful for me. Every time we would set that clock running, it was like, they only have 20 minutes they have to make,
it was so stressful, but I think that experience really taught me, I think, the importance of time management. So I was so grateful to be on that show and have that experience.
I love that.
People usually don't learn that lesson, by the way, until they're 40.
Literally
so
ever.
I'm still working on
Did
it.
you get home? We'll keep, you can keep working as we go. We're adding some garlic
So we're just
in
going to
here.
add some three cloves of garlic.
Okay. Did you get home and start running your life by the clock?
Basically, yeah. So we had some peppercorns, about 5 or 10 peppercorns.
Nice.
And then, oops, sorry.
Sorry about it.
And then we're going to add some garlic powder too.
Ooh, double garlic.
Yeah. So now we're going to just mix this in and to create a paste.
Okay.
Just going to stir that around.
Do you use a mortar and pestle at home a lot?
Yes, because I'm half Asian, and so in Asian cultures, mortar and pestles are a very big tool. So it's a staple in our household.
I can smell that cilantro opening up and the oils coming forward
The
too.
fragrance is amazing. So just gonna crush some of that garlic. So we have a nice little paste here. It's very fragrant.
I have a bone to pick with all 3 of you. So, did you think I was tough as nails?
So normally we'd add this to any type of meat of your choice. You can use pork or lamb or whatever, or beef or whatever you choose.
Beautiful.
So
let's make some dumplings.
yes. So usually to your meat, you also add some garlic powder as well. So we have our meat already prepared here, and we're just going to take about a 1/4 size spoonful of pork. I'm just going to put that in the middle.
That's a lot of restraint. I think
Yeah.
everyone wants to really fill their dumpling and ends up overfilling it, and then it like
that's
bursts,
like a big mistake
right?
that people make because when you boil it or you pan fry it, adding too much meat doesn't always work out well in the end. So that's why we just use a little bit in order to preserve the meat.
Great.
Who taught you how to do this?
My grandma taught me how to do it. She taught me how to cook. So we're just gonna use a fork to crimp it right here. But my grandma taught me how to cook because when I was 7, I was diagnosed with epilepsy, and so I couldn't really participate in that many overexerting activities. So I had to stay at home a lot of the time, and so my grandma was living with us at the time, and so in order to pass time and spend time with her, she taught me how to cook, and so she's one of my biggest inspirations.
You'll
behind
never
her.
forget that.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Julian.
All right. Well, while you continue to put these together, after everything's sealed, then do you steam or you like to pan fry? What's your move?
I like to pan fry, but you can do both. So I think today we're going to steam them.
Okay. Well, we have some here to try. I think we should give them a little taste after you seal your next one. Would you like some dumpling sauce?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is nice. A little soy sauce, a little chili in there. How about you, Freddie? Would you like some sauce?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm cutting in front of you.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
These are great.
Julian,
So
these look
flavorful.
delicious.
And the
Thank you.
cilantro really comes through.
Yeah.
That
One of my favorite recipes. It's just an easy,
That's pretty impressive right there.
easy Friday night recipe that I love to make with my mom and my sister.
Oh, wow. Oh, so fragrant, easy, but like this tastes so layered. I am not judging today. But if I was, winner.
Winner. Yes, Daphne, you're off the clock.
Thank you.
Jillian, me and you, we're gonna open a dumpling shop together, girl. We in business. All right, so up next, how vinegar can save your stir fry from disaster and why you should put onions in the freezer. They're gonna school us today.
Back to the good dish. That was a clip of MasterChef Junior contestant Leah from tonight's premiere episode of the Fox show. These amazing kids are here today, and they have game-changing tips. Leah, eggplant is delicious. I love it, one of my favorite vegetables, but it can sometimes look a little sad and brown, and also can have a slight bitterness. Now, you have a secret to perking it up and making it taste great. Let's talk about it.
So basically what I do when I cook eggplants is to not make the color disappear, and also to keep it like not to turn like too bitter or soggy. What I do is I will soak the eggplant in water, and then also my secret ingredient is I actually put some vinegar in it in order to let like
Wow.
to let the eggplant not become too bitter, and also to keep the color going, and then also to add some salt.
Oh, so you salt
Yeah.
and vinegar in advance.
Yeah.
And then how long do you leave it in here?
Leave it in for about like 2 to 3 minutes or so.
Oh,
Or like,
great.
yeah, just to let them like soak in. And
Okay, so then once it's soaked and you've gotten out any bitterness and you're
Yes.
keeping it fresh, I love how white and beautiful it stays, you're gonna make a little dish with it.
Yeah, so basically I have a trick to how I cook it. I put oil and water into a pan and let them kind of steam, and like in this way you can use less oil and it's more healthier for you.
So you're sort of steaming and sauteing all
Yeah,
at
at the same
once,
time,
like
yeah.
stir frying. Okay,
So,
let's see how it looks.
Yeah, once we have around like 3 minutes letting it
Ah.
cook, we can add in our
That
sauce.
was like that smoke that we walk out of. And then you just toss it in a sauce.
Yes, and the sauce is basically just fish sauce, some mirin, and also some soy sauce.
Mirin soy fish sauce,
Yeah.
delicious. There's some chilies in here too.
Yes,
though,
and
I
also
can
some
see.
chili sauce
Chili
and
paste and
basil.
not just any basil. This is Thai basil. Oh, it's so
And this
fragrant.
really just
gorgeous.
helps-
I'm putting more in because I love it. You're gonna.
Also, on MasterChef Junior, you guys would cook with like, I'm just putting it out there, exotic ingredients. I really don't even know if my children would be.
Yeah.
I have no idea what they were. I thought it was so. Where did this inspiration come from? Where did this idea to put these sort of novel cooking techniques together come from? Was it divine inspiration, or like someone taught you how to whip it up in the kitchen?
Well, it actually came from my parents and my mom, and mostly my mom and dad, because they own 2 restaurants.
Yes.
And so like I learned from them a lot, and being in the kitchen all the time with them just really like teaches me about like their traditions and cultures.
This is so beautiful. It smells so good. And I don't know if you can see when you look at this, what I love is that you put that Thai basil in at the last second.
Yeah, and it makes the color
for 2
pops
seconds.
and
It
everything.
pops. It also brings out all the beautiful, fragrant, I'm eating some, guys, because I can't not. I mean, look how gorgeous this is. It just is such a quick, smart way to cook.
It's a quick and really healthy way to
thank
cook
you.
it, and
really is.
anybody can do it.
It smells so good from here. Good stuff.
Well, this can be for you if you'd like a bite. The one lucky winner bowl.
Yeah, we were already talking about you guys. We were like, that smells good. Like we were already. Me and Freddie comparing smelling notes over here. All right, so now you got some tips for us, right?
Yeah.
All right, so where do we begin?
All right, look, so make sure so it doesn't slide around like this.
Oh,
Put
your
a
cutting
rag
board. Okay.
Under it.
All right.
That's
Then-
a pro move right there.
Oh, you put what is it wet?
Yeah, it's wet, yeah.
A damp dish towel under there. So now
now it don't move like that,
Nice
yeah.
Nice move. Okay.
Now, we do it, like, let's say, someone texts you, yo, soften the butter, but then you forget, right? And they about to
They
be home.
text you that?
Like
Someone
10
text
minutes.
I've never gotten a text that says soften the butter.
You ever got text saying take something out the fridge or the freezer or nothing like that?
Apparently I'm not texting with the right people. I've never
well-
never told me
well-
soften the butter. I never.
All right. Well, usually I forget, right? So what you do is, if you wanted to soft faster, all you do is chop it into cubes like that. So then it will soften faster, and you might not get in trouble.
Then the text you can send back the emoji that says what? Done? Is that
Yeah.
smiling emoji?
Yeah, text back soft now.
Oh wait, I forgot. Sorry, chef. He told me earlier I'm supposed to get something out of the freezer. Don't yell at me like Gordon Ramsay. My bad.
Nah,
my
that's
bad. My bad. We got onions in the freezer.
Yeah.
Ready? Heads up. Ah, nice catch. Now tell us, you told me to get these out of the freezer. What's the deal with the onions
All right,
in
look.
the freezer? That's
So,
a little interesting.
My family owns like a restaurant supply business, right? So I was in this Indian joint one time, and this dude was like chopping them up, banging them out like that. I'm like, yo, how are you not like crying right now? And he said, yo, bro, I just put them in the freezer, right? 20 minutes, and I take them out before I use them.
Freeze in the freezer before, and then so what? Do you kind of because they're frozen? So do you like sit them out for a little bit longer?
Yeah, you sit them out for a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and then you gotta peel the skin off, whatnot.
Yes.
Then you chop them in half, all right?
Right. And then you just go down sit them in the freezer, take them off.
And so it prevents you from crying?
I'm crying.
Yeah, from crying, yeah. So you don't
Oh,
like tear up.
I get it, because you can't be crying in front of your boys like that. You gotta keep,
Yeah.
keep it hard. I got it.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. So now, I never have to cry again. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thanks.
Okay, I have some questions for all of you. And Leah, maybe kick us off.
Yeah.
What was the biggest thing that you learned on the show from Daphne and Gordon and the other judges? Because there must have been, being surrounded by them every day, you must have learned a lot about how
Yeah, no, it was an amazing experience getting to meet Daphne and also like Gordon and Iran, because like they really taught me to, when I'm in the kitchen, never stress about when you're cooking and always just focus on getting the dish done. And sometimes we always make mistakes, and like whenever we bake, it may not come out the way we want it to be. So it takes practice, but like again, never stress in the kitchen and just have fun.
Ah, that's like life lessons. I need to learn that. Because we all make mistakes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we make mistakes, and then there's the recovery moment, which you guys showed us. And
Yeah.
every single week you show up with so much resilience and learning and growth and like just creativity in the kitchen. Gorgeous recipes like this, hot tips that everyone can learn from, which I think is incredible. When this show, back when we taped it, everybody was 8 to 13 years old. I cannot wait for the world to get to see you in your moment, in your element, competing on the stage on MasterChef Junior. Be sure to watch the season premiere of MasterChef Junior on Fox tonight. Check your local listings and see these guys throw it down in the stadium. Up next, the secret to unlocking glowing skin in as little as 8 days. That was great.
That was great.
Shh, secret's out. We're obsessed with hair, skin, and beauty hacks. We put them to the test, and now we're sharing what really works in the Good Dish Beauty Lab. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so you are staring at your medicine cabinet, trying to figure out what to use with which skin products to get that wonderful, lifted glow. Your confusion stops now because we are stealing board-certified dermatologist Dr. Whitney Bow's nighttime skincare routine. She is famous for that Bow glow, and today she is going to help us get it in as little as 8 days. with some clarity around the routine, because I agree, like lots of products sound great individually, but how you layer them and how you use them and when you use them, and actually you even add when not to use them, is actually critically important. I'm excited to dive in with you.
Awesome.
So when it comes to our skincare routine, what is the key to getting that bow glow? Hashtag that bow glow.
Hashtag that bow glow. So, one of the strategies that I use to really just transform the skin has to do with something that I call skin cycling.
Okay.
So skin cycling, it's a term that I use when I talk to my patients about just how to get the most out of their evening routine. So in the morning, you can do the same steps every morning. Consistency, totally fine in the morning. But in the evening, you want to actually cycle through your skincare. And what that's going to do is it's going to actually help you get the most out of your powerful actives.
Interesting. And what would you? What sort of happens? I guess is it night by night? Is a different phase of your skin?
I'll walk
cycle?
you through
Yeah.
each
Okay.
night.
Yes, please.
So night one,
Ready.
is exfoliation night. Okay, and when I say exfoliate, I'm actually referring to chemical exfoliating acids. So I'm not a big fan of those gritty scrubs when it comes to your face. So what I recommend looking for is just a product that has a blend of acids, because that's actually going to be the most impactful, the most powerful for the skin. But specifically, you want to look for the ingredient glycolic acid. And what exfoliation night is going to do, it's going to dissolve away that uppermost layer of dead skin cells and just immediately you'll wake up the next morning, you'll see that glow, but it'll also prep you for night 2 of your skin cycling routine.
Okay. So all right, so I'm feeling you here. I'm into this. I got the glow night 1. So then what night 2? What takes place then?
Night 2 is retinol night. Okay. So if you have dry or sensitive skin like I do, then you want to use an over-the-counter retinol. But if you have oily skin, you have acne-prone skin, you might actually be able to tolerate what's called a prescription retinoid. So you guys might have heard of ingredients like tretinoin or Tazorac, right? So those you can actually get through a prescription from your dermatologist.
Oh, okay. Then 3 and 4, because I'm like,
Okay.
let's keep going.
Nights 3 and 4. Okay, so it's 4-night cycle, right? So we got night 1, exfoliation night, night 2, retinol night. Nights 3 and 4 are your recovery nights. Now, on nights 3 and nights 4, you want to avoid any of those potentially irritating ingredients, right? You want to avoid your exfoliating acids. You want to avoid your retinols. And you just want to focus on nourishing your skin microbiome and repairing your skin barrier. So nights 3 and nights 4 are all about just hydration and moisture.
Gotcha.
I feel like skin microbiome is a new thing that we're only recently talking about.
Yeah.
Can you just give us like the one-liner on why that's important to protect and focus on at all?
We're covered in trillions of microscopic organisms, mostly bacteria. And what we're learning actually just recently through something called the Human Microbiome Project is that we actually need those bugs, and we need them to be in a delicate balance in order to have beautiful, radiant skin. Those bacteria on our skin microbiome, actually can stimulate our own production of things like ceramides, and it can help with our collagen production. So we don't want to scrub our faces the way you would scrub a kitchen counter, you guys, after you're cooking a chicken. We don't want to do that on your face because we actually need to nourish those good bugs, those what I call tiny warriors.
They're so helpful. Look at them contributing to the youth cause.
Thanks,
I love that. Thanks, bugs.
I mean, you're speaking our language. We get it now that you've included the roast chicken. So, so why are those recovery nights specifically so critical to this cycle?
So recovery nights are key because so many people just think like more is better, right? So if they're using like an acid, oh yeah, I'll use it morning and night. Or when you start using a retinoid or a retinol, you get really excited. People start to use it every single night. But unfortunately, what that does is that it damages the skin barrier. So what happens is that it actually sets you up for this low-grade level of inflammation. It triggers oxidative stress and free radicals. It can actually accelerate the aging process and lead to dark spots and uneven pigment in the skin. It does more harm than good. So those recovery nights are so important.
Right,
That's
irritants.
key. Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Okay, good. So what we want to know is, how do you know if skin cycling is working? Like, if I start using it, what are the keys to look for, and when am I gonna obviously see results? That's what everybody wants to know.
Yeah, of course.
Results. It's all about when am I gonna see the difference. So after about 8 nights or 2 cycles, you'll start to see that the skin has more of a glow, just more of a radiance to it. Your skin will look and feel more hydrated. If you take the back of your hand, you go like this, the skin will just feel more soft to the touch. But if you stick with skin cycling for 2 months, that's when you start to see the results that I get excited about. You start to see an improvement in fine lines and wrinkles. The skin starts to look more firm. It helps brighten up the dark spots, more even tone. So it's really about sticking with it. But you'll start to see something. You'll kind of get a sense that it's working after just 8 nights.
I have to ask you one question before we go to break about retinols, because I do think they're a hot button topic right now. People don't really know how to use them. Like I, for instance, because of hyaluronic acid, thought I was supposed to put moisture on and then my retinol. And now someone tells me you have to have dry skin to put retinol on. There's like a hygiene around retinol. What are
This
you
is
supposed
like
to do?
half of my TikTok experience at night is answering
It's
questions
so
about
confusing.
when to put on hyaluronic acid.
Yes.
Okay, so hyaluronic acid is a little tricky. I love hyaluronic acid on recovery nights. I think it gets a little complicated when you start introducing it onto retinol night, specifically because people really do like to put hyaluronic acid on damp skin. It tends to penetrate better. It really sort of pulls in that moisture.
Right.
And retinol should go on dry skin. If you put retinol on damp skin, it's gonna be way more irritating.
Really?
So I like to keep my hyaluronic acid for my recovery nights. If you really wanna use it on a retinol night, then you actually wanna use it before the moisturizer, not before the retinol. So it can get a little complicated. There are nuances there, but excellent question. I love that you asked
No,
that.
I really, I've been struggling. It's been a struggle.
Well, here is where we are going to figure it out.
Yes.
Coming up, how to properly layer your skin products just like Dr. Bo, so don't go away. All right.
That's dermatologist Dr. Whitney Bowe getting her nightly Bow Glow on. And today we're going to help you do the same thing. Now she just walked us through her 4-night skin cycling process. So if you don't recall, it's exfoliation, retinol, 2 nights of recovery, then repeat. So now let's talk about product layering. So Dr. Bowe, why is correctly layering, it's so important when applying skincare products?
Right, so order matters, right?
Okay.
Because certain ingredients, you want them to dive deeper, but other ingredients actually work better if they stay towards the surface of the skin. So exfoliation night, step 1, cleanse,
Okay.
pat dry.
Get the surface clean.
Okay.
Step 2, you want to apply your exfoliating product. Now, you may sense a little tingle. Tingle is good, burn is bad.
Okay.
But if it does tingle a little bit, you just want to wait a minute or 2 for that to subside, and then you put on your moisturizer.
All right.
And then if your skin still feels a little tight, a little dry, an optional last step is to just pat on a little oil right on top of that moisturizer.
Beautiful.
Got it.
Okay, Dr. Bowe, walk us through how to use retinol like a derm at night.
Okay, so retinol night, step 1, cleanse.
Okay.
Step 2, pat dry, make sure it's a nice, clean, dry skin. Now, if you have drier, sensitive skin, then you want to take a moisturizer and you want to apply that moisturizer on the sides of the eyes right over here, smile lines, what I call the marionette area, and then the neck. Now, you want to do the moisturizer before the retinoid in those areas because those areas are especially prone to irritation from a retinoid. So when you put the retinoid on next, it's sort of almost like dilute in those areas, and that's on purpose because then you're less likely to get that, I don't know if you've ever had that like dry peeling from a retinoid, that'll avoid it. So then the next step is you take your retinoid, less is more, you guys, just a pea-sized amount, and you want to take that 1 pea and just dab it all over the face, another pea for the neck, and maybe 2 peas for the chest, and then you rub it in, and then you can put a moisturizer on top of that.
Ah.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
still always are ending in a moisturizer.
Yes, moisturizer is the last step in your retinol night. Yep.
Got it.
Got it.
And the final piece for layering like a derm on recovery night.
Okay, recovery night. Recovery night can be as simple as 2 steps. Cleanse, moisturize, done. But if you want to get fancy, if you want to get TikTok hyaluronic acid fancy
And I
over
do,
here,
how'd you know?
then you cleanse, leave it a little bit damp, put on a little bit of that hyaluronic acid so it really gets into the skin. Then you put on your moisturizer, and then optional, again, pat with the oil.
Easy.
So that's your recovery nights. Recovery nights can be super simple, cleanse, moisturize, but if you want to get exciting and you want to throw in that hyaluronic acid serum, it goes on damp skin. And the oil always goes last.
Great tips. I love this, Dr. Bo. Thank you.
I think I got it.
Good.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank
Bo.
you. Thank you.
All right, are you a midnight snacker? Find out what we reach for in the middle of the night. Next. That's what I said too. Doesn't matter.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, hunger strikes in the middle of the night. Oh, you find yourself crawling out of bed for that midnight snack. I know I do sometimes, but I mean, okay, yeah, midnight, 11:30, 1 a.m., it all happens to me. And occasionally, I'm too lazy to just get out the bed, and I kind of nudge my husband like, honey, will you get me a snack? He's a good guy. He does it sometimes.
You wake up and are like, I gotta have a snack, like in the middle of the night.
Well, because
And you wake your husband up to get it for you.
because I'm hungry, so I just keep moving around. So he eventually wakes up, and I'm like, "You're awake? Could you give me a snack?"
Oh, you're up?
No, since you're there. So now, do you all find yourself reaching for something kind of late at night?
Well, I don't think, I mean, what you're describing, the whole like rollover nudge, my husband get something for me, was breastfeeding. Like that was when I would definitely wake up in the middle of the night and be starving and need like a full meal. But I don't think I do that really very much. I am so grateful to be in bed. I am so grateful to be asleep. Like I'm like rock until little baby is calling my name. But I will say that if it's a late night and we happen to be out and we haven't gone to bed yet, the thing I am reaching for, hot pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Like when we used to live in the city, John and I, when we were younger, youthful, rowdy youth, when we would come home, there's like the dollar slice pizza places that are open, not all night long, but they're open pretty late. Like that was the thing you actually look forward to like closing your night out, having this fun little mini romantic date at the end of your evening. I love that.
I love that too.
Popcorn on the couch, hello.
Yeah, I mean, I also don't wake up in the middle of the night to
I the only
eat.
one?
I mean, you might be. I don't know. But my husband sometimes
You're on
does.
Paris time.
I actually notice sometimes I'll hear my husband get up, and then in the morning when I get up to make breakfast, there's a banana peel on the kitchen counter. That's true. And I think sometimes he gets up where he has like, issues sleeping at night, and he'll just
Restless
go
leg.
and possibly, and
Yes,
he'll
the
go and eat
potassium.
bananas, right? I guess for potassium. So that I notice for him. But sometimes late at night before I go to bed, because we're total night owls in my house.
Yes.
I'm the kind of person who will like stay up doing 1,000 things and then look at the clock and freak out that it's way too late. But late at night, right before I go to bed, I always want something salty. Like I'm always grabbing a handful of popcorn right before bed, a pickle. Sometimes I want, like chips. That's my go-to. I will eat these flaming hot
That's
Cheetos.
my midnight snack because
What?
ice cream straight
the
out
bed?
the carton. Sometimes I'll go down to the kitchen, but yes. And if I'm feeling really frisky, dip the flaming hots in the ice cream.
Jamaica
You went there.
Pisso, you
Night
are a bad
and
woman.
sleep tight. That's how I do it. Yes.
That's amazing.
Don't judge me.
Okay, no, I might steal that tip.
Judgment-free zone.
Wild woman that you are. Up next, we've got everything you need to make today's recipes on the good list.
What a chef combo.
I know.
A little cold. It's cold and hot.
Cold and hot.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. From Daphne's Pancakes to the MasterChef Junior kids to the secret glowing skin that now we will all have. Today was really a magical show.
Yes, indeed. So now it's time for the good list. See that QR code on your screen? I want you to get your camera app, open it up, and hold your phone up to the TV. It'll take you right to the recipes and more from today's show. And you can also head over to gooddishtv.com to get it all. Now, what's on the good list today? Oh, Daphne's magic pancakes from her new cookbook, Eat Your Heart Out. I'm getting my copy. Everything you need to recreate that you saw on today's show is on the good list. Yes.
Hey, I'm over here still nibbling on these pancakes. Such a fun show, delicious things happening. And of course, those amazing kids who stopped by. Do not forget to check out MasterChef Junior premiering on Fox tonight. Check your local listings, and we will see you next time for more good food and good dish. Eat your heart out.
Yes.